Good morning. May our Savior, brother's peace be with everyone who requests it, and in every situation where it is needed. The uh, the sleep I got yesterday was a little bit restless. Started with receiving news of a brother U.S. Marshal who laid down his life in the service of duty. Information is limited. Well, let me just say this, that all information relating to any personnel and activities of the U.S. Marshal Service has always been stuff not to be talked about unless you're in certain courtrooms or stations or in transit. Very limited information. That's for operational security. Well, this very brave, repeatedly very brave man got in a gunfight with someone he was servicing an arrest warrant on, and a gun battle ensued, and both the deputy and the outlaw gave each other their lives. I can tell you with certainty that the deputy has a new assignment that began even before his biological systems completely shut down. And he's one of the new marshals at Fort Heaven, and he was commissioned by our Savior brother, and he is welcome to return to this world whenever and however he chooses to do so. Although I must say, Fort Heaven is quite a wonderful place from what my heart tells me. And I'm very anxious to report there myself. Not sure if I'd be willing to take a return assignment. But considering the way things are, I'm pretty sure I will. And how are the way things are? Well, we seem to be coming upon a new time where give 'em hell is the standard. Something you may not know. Every time that phrase was uttered, hell was brought, and then some other folks came along and brought heaven. Heaven and hell are two competitors for every human spirit, every human soul, every human being, no matter what your physical condition or your psychological makeup or your personal history of things you've done or things you would not do. Bringing heaven, bringing hell is in everybody's hands. Some say hell is to be feared worse. I say hell is chicken shit, and it's filled with chicken shit. And people that say bring them hell, chicken shit. Because it's much harder to bring heaven. It's much harder to bring peace. And it's much harder to bring truth. Not too many of us can actually say that word truth without tongues boiling. You'd be surprised how many things can happen to a physical body, naturally and under duress. Folks that serve heaven serve arrest warrants on those that serve hell. Sometimes called to lay down their life. But never, 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 not authorized. Oh, but here's the thing. Sometimes when folks that serve heaven bring apparent hell, we've been given immunity from our Savior brother as far as ultimate justice is concerned. And ultimate justice is a wonderful thing, and it's very nice when the ultimate justice is here and now. And that's where a lot of sad human beings call for violence and call for things like trials. Because I assure you, according to our Savior Brother standard, if you call for trial, you got to be ready to stand trial on the spot for your crimes against heaven. For your crimes against heaven. Now, some folks say smoking cigarettes is a crime against heaven because it's a crime against this gift of this human body we've been given. I say maybe, but again, I say, well, on those grounds, I stand on my American hood, wonderful gift I was given. But most thankfully, I thank heaven because it was heaven that gave me my Americanness. So going forward, is Adolph Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, going to be served with his arrest warrant for his complicity in the events of 9/11? How, while I was on duty as mayor of New York City, he allowed the removal of evidence from the World Trade Center buildings complex and has yet answered for the obvious cover-up with the destruction of building number 7 of that complex. Oh, by the way, when that building came down all on its own, not hit by anything, apparently just fell down onto itself. If nothing else of the destruction of 9/11 required investigation, that building did. And the truth, the factual truth, that its evidence was taken away in mass, along with all the other evidence, is a prima facie case of being a party to the conspiracy of the servants of hell that perpetrated those actions. So Adolph Giuliani's warrant is ready to be served. What about the disgraced general from the U.S. Marine Corps? His name is Flynn. He has a few warrants. He has one from the U.S. Army, from the Uniform Code of Military Justice that members of the U.S. Army's military police forces are responsible for executing. He has civil complaints, He was disgracefully removed from his office for his insubordination, and instead of being brought to trial, was allowed to retire. Unfortunately, his masters from hell required additional service that continues today. So beware when you call for justice. Beware when the idea of bringing hell strikes a happy tone in your heart. Because with those evidences alone, your warrant or your pardon is signed. Peaceful day.